Today's video was sponsored by Brunt. So welcome back, friends. It's Sawmill Saturday. I'm doing some maintenance up here on Mr. Cotto before we head down to the mill. Let me show you what we got going on here. So Mr. Cotto pretty much lives at the sawmill, which means he's got sawdust on him all the time, going in the air filter, etc., etc. So I like to bring him up here at least once a month and blow out the air filter and kind of clean that yarn out of there. Yarn, that's the word of the day, yarn. And I need to do an oil change on that drive right there. I think I'll do that on another day. I don't have time right now. But we'll go ahead and get Mr. Cotto warmed up. We'll throw some grease in the zerts here on the loader, then head down to the mill. Alright guys, today's video was sponsored by our friends over at Brunt, and I was real excited about this sponsorship because I've been wearing Brunt boots since about 2023. That's when I got my first pair, and if you follow me on Instagram, you know what I'm talking about because I post about Brunt boots over there all the time, such as right here. I'm always bringing you guys the receipts when I can, and they make a really good boot, and I just got a new pair from them to go along with this video sponsorship. Let me show you. So these boots are actually called the Sullivan. They're a 6-inch boot with composite toes, which is really important, especially around the sawmill and doing farm work. And I really like these dark colors when it comes to boots like this. So Brunt is so confident about their boots, you can buy you a pair, take them on the job with you, and if you don't like them, you can send them back. That's a pretty good deal. They're designed for comfort straight out of the box without long, painful break-in like many other brands. And that's one of the biggest reasons for me that I love these boots. There's no break-in period. You take them out of the box, you can go straight to work. And guys, these boots have 3 important features that really keep me safe down here at the sawmill that are really important to me. They're slip resistant, they're oil resistant, and they're also, most importantly, heat resistant. So once again, I want to thank Brunt for sponsoring today's video. And guys, I would act now and try these boots out because you can get $10 off your first order. There's a QR code here on the screen. There's also a link down the video description, and also in the top comment, use my code OutOfTheWoods10 to get $10 off your first purchase. Just about forgot, I got about 1 pack of poplar in the kiln. Might as well grab it and take it down to the edge or on the way. Well, I was wrong. We got 2 packs of poplar in here. right, guys, got a poplar on the Sawmill. It's an 8-footer. Diameter on the operator's side is right at 23 inches. Down here on the far end, looks like pretty close to the same. Yep, 23 inches, no taper, good deal. I've been getting this question in previous videos by new subscribers. They're asking about the wind chimes right here. My friend Brian down in Texas named these wind chimes years ago, and it's always stuck with me. But these are the drag bat fingers, that's what Wood-Mizer calls them. And they do one thing right here, guys. When the board gets dragged back, they keep your lumber straight as you drag them back to the table. So think about it, you got a board right here, and let's say it tries to go sideways when you're pulling it back. These fingers keep it straight. That way the lumber doesn't go off the side right here, and it falls on the table. And right here is what drags the lumber back. These four right there that hang down. And Wood-Mizer doesn't put these on there. I got these little, I can't remember what Robert Milton calls these. My goodness. It escapes me right now. He came up with this a long time ago. I had it welded on a while back. But these right here, I think he calls them feet, drag bat feet, I think. You can see it sticks out right there. When this mill comes from the factory, that little nub is not on there. That's important so your board falls on top of that, and you can control where the board falls back there on the table. These are really good to have. And one does not work good without the other. You gotta have that one to drag the boards back, and you need this right here to keep them straight. If you don't have the wind chimes, when the lumber comes back here, guys, it can go sideways, either way, it'll make a mess real fast. I'm gonna saw this poplar at 4/4 on the thickness, which is 1 1/8 inches. After it air dries, we'll put it in the kiln, bring it back down here, run it through the edger, then we'll take it up to the wood shop and make it into some really nice shiplap. And I'm getting low on poplar, and I've got a bunch of walls to cover up there at the new shop, so that's why we're switching gears here to poplar today and not working on that sassafras or the pine. And on the Sawmill, as always, we got a Joe Maine Silver Tip Turbo 7. If you guys want to try out these blades, call Joe Maine. His cell phone number is in the video description. And it looks like the bottom light is getting kind of full of sawdust back here. That should be enough room to do this log, but in case it's not, I'm gonna grab a cup of coffee. If one of you guys will warm this thing up and safely drive it up there to the chicken house and dump it, I'd really appreciate it, but good Lord, be safe on it. This thing will take off in a hurry. And before I forget, make sure you stay tuned to the end of this video, because I saw a log when I was getting this poplar out of that pile over there that I forgot about. And guys, it's going to be a good one, and we'll probably do it next Saturday. Stay tuned for that. You will not want to miss it. It's going to be a nice one. We did pretty good on that cant. Got 15, 4/4 by 9 inches on the width. That's about, let me see, do my math here. 6 board feet, so 90 board feet total. not too bad. Some pretty nice boards right here. Look over a lot of the saw marks. My blade is pretty dull today. I should have switched it out once I heard it going to the log on the first cut, but sometimes you just got to keep going and get what you can out of a blade. It didn't take any dives or nothing like that, but it didn't leave the best surface, but that's okay. Once we run this through the kiln and the planer and the molder, you'll never know those saw marks are there. And once again, you guys failed me. You're supposed to remind me about stuff like this. I sawed almost that entire log right there, and I never cut the conveyor on. My goodness. I better grab my shovel, I tell you what. There we go. Good deal. Friends, unfortunately, I'm done for the day. My wife just called. She's having some car trouble. So I gotta go up there and meet her in just a minute and see if we can figure out what's going on with it. We got that cant left right there. We'll do that on the next video and knock that out. But real fast, before I gotta go, let me show you this log over here I was telling you about earlier. All right, guys, there it is. I forgot all about it. That's a maple. I think it's silver maple, but I'm not sure, to be honest with you. And guys, it's a monster. I think it's 9 feet long, probably 30 inches down here on this end. This came from a local school. A tree service brought it to me 2 years ago, and it had tons of ambrosia on the end grain. And I thought to myself, I'll let this one sit down here for a while and see if it'll spot. And I'm pretty sure it did. Most maples do. But guys, I forgot about it. We need to get this on the sawmill within the next week or two before winter sets in and get this sawed up. Probably do live edge slabs on it, and it's going to be a nice log, guys. I tell you what, there was a ton of ambrosia on the end grain when it came here, and it's still nice and solid. I just got to dig it out. We got a crotch walnut on top of it, a real nasty walnut right there that's probably going to be firewood. It looks awful right there. It's split right down the middle. We'll get this out of here though, guys. And since this sawmill Saturday is so short, I'll make it up to you guys next Saturday, and we'll do that maple right there. So I better head up to the house, guys, and meet her up there. She's on her way home, and I think she said the heater went out on her car. It's a Subaru Outback. So if any of you guys out there know how to work on a Subaru, if you don't care, head this way and see if you can help me out. So once again, guys, thanks for watching. I really appreciate it, and I'll see you guys on the next video.